Hey, what's going on, everybody? King David here in the building, man. We're back with another Black Business Review. I'm here with Pete, um, and we are back at it. We are doing WeBuyBlack.com, the comprehensive review. Last video we put out was a first impressions where we're just kind of going through the motions and, you know what I'm saying, just giving you our reactions to exploring the site and everything like that. This time we're going to talk about the site, what we like, what we didn't like, that sort of thing, and just an overall analyzing the business and that sort of thing, and what we think they could do in order to get a little bit better, and kind of giving what our ratings of it are at this particular point in time. So again, I'm here with PP. Go ahead and say what's up to the people.
Hey, salutations.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we done got that out the way. So without further ado, go ahead and get right on the it. All right. So this review is going to be comprised into some questions. Not really questions, but little bullet points, little things that we want to talk about, and just kind of give our thoughts on those components of the business. And then after that's done, then we're going to give our overall thoughts of the business, the things that we liked, that sort of thing, and give the business and the website an overall score. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, the first question is, how do we know that this is a Black-owned business? P, you want to take that first?
Well, I mean, for me on the website, when you go to like about the company, it says that that they're a black-owned business. We could go just off that, but I mean, any type of company, LLC, corporation, you could always try to look that up to see who exactly owns the company.
Absolutely. This company is identified itself as a Black-owned business. I mean, that's the whole selling point of the company. With that, it'd be safe to assume. But with that said, the first three letters in assume is ass. You know what I'm saying? We definitely don't want to make an ass out of ourselves, so we never want to assume. So we did look it up, the LLC, and we saw that it is registered to a Sharif Abdul Rahim, who is the owner of WeBuyBlack.com. And, this guy, you can actually go on their social media and you can actually see him speaking and promoting the company single-handedly on multiple occasions. So not only is he the owner, he's the spokesperson and the face of the business, and he's been promoting it like that for years. So kudos to him. So with that, we were able to confirm at least 99%, because we can never be 100%, because of the fact that we don't know who's in whose pocket. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. However, based on the facts that we have in front of us, we can determine that this is a Black-owned business. All right. So first and foremost, out the way, most important question, because we got enough of those other businesses in there. And I was just telling Pete this earlier, like, sometimes you have some very nicely wrapped Black gifts, okay, with white presents inside. You know what I'm saying? So just because it's Black on the outside don't mean it's Black on the inside as well. So that said, on to the next, and that is, let's talk about how we heard about them. Pete, go ahead and give your experiences on like the first time you heard about WeBuyBlack.com. I know you heard about it from me, but let's go outside of when you heard about it from me, like your next first time you heard about them.
Well, I mean, given the unfortunate circumstances of the events that have taken place in 2019 and 2020, a lot of Black people are eager to invest into Black businesses, and on social media, I noticed that they were talking about WeBuyBlack.com. So that's where I heard it from. Other than talking to you, I saw it on Twitter.
Dopeness. For me, I think WeBuyBlack.com came at a very, very like important time in history, where Black people were starting to, and we're still in that transitional phase where we're starting to like understand the importance of supporting our own and getting back to uh, those things that we did back in the 1930s and 40s and stuff like that, where we had our own communities and our own businesses and that sort of thing. We're kind of getting back to that mindset, but WeBuyBlack.com came at a very important time where people were starting to understand that. You had the films like Hidden Colors and things like that had just come out, and people were kind of opening their eyes, and it just popped up right out of nowhere. And as me myself, and not even in history, I'll say me myself in my transitional phase, just kind of like having my eyes opened up to certain things, and then something like that just popping up in my direct vision, and just being like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is something I need to be a part of, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for a direct story, like it popped up on my timeline, you know what I'm saying? And I looked into it some more, and I found something that I could really get behind when it comes to the entire concept of the business. So, that's my whole story with it. It popped up at an important time, and I seen what it was trying to do, got behind it immediately. So that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next part. Okay, because we just talked about how we heard of it. A good segue to phone over here. A good segue to transition from that would be the marketing for WeBuyBlack.com. So here's the thing about marketing. It touches on so many different aspects, you know what I'm saying? But for the sake of time, this isn't going to be a long, comprehensive review. For the sake of time, we're going to try to generalize it. So P, go ahead and give your thoughts on the marketing of WeBuyBlack.com. And I'll put some things out there before you respond. WeBuyBlack.com has 1 million followers on Instagram. They have 300,000 followers on Facebook. They do have a website. I'm not sure how much traffic they get on their website. I'm not sure. They do have a newsletter that goes out. I'm not sure how long their email list is on their newsletter. But they do have other sources of marketing that go by. But from what I can tell, it looks like social media is the biggest part of their marketing campaign. So give your assessment on their marketing campaign. What would you do to improve it? And how do you rate it? This is where we get into the meat and potatoes.
Okay. As far as having a social media presence, I think that's wonderful. That's very good to connect with people, is having a social media presence. I would recommend, if they're not doing it already, they need to perhaps maybe like run commercials or something like that. The only reason I'm really saying that is because of the recent events with I don't know if you've seen on like the news or anything, but there's been a lot of issues between Facebook, Google, and Apple. In particular, Apple, they want to increase the privacy of their iOS devices, and one of the things that they're going to do is restrict restrict sites and apps from accessing individuals' metadata. So companies like Facebook and Google, they use people's data in order to calculate that into their algorithms. So if a person goes on Facebook and they type in Black-owned businesses or something like that, it'll automatically, you know, push that type of advertisement to what they're looking for. So by Apple doing that, restricting the access to individual data, Facebook, Google, other, companies that, their primary business, well, not even their primary business, one of their big business aspects to them is advertising. They're going to have to figure out new ways to get that information out. So as far as We Buy Black go, I mean, it's good what they're doing, but they're going to have to, they're probably going to have to reach in their pockets a little bit more to get more known, to attract more people outside of social media.
I see. Gotcha. How would you currently rate their marketing campaign on a scale of 1 to 5?
On a scale of 1 to 5, I would say probably a 3.5.
3.5. What do you feel like they
Yeah.
need to do in order to improve upon um, their current marketing campaign?
I just feel like they need to have a presence outside of social media. Like perhaps they might need to run radio ads, do a commercial, um, maybe a billboards, just something a little bit different from social media. Even though, digital right now is the number one way to go, because more people, everybody's on the internet, everybody's on social media. But I feel like they'll have a much bigger reach if they, if they're, well, I haven't seen anything. So I haven't seen anything as far as, outside of social media. So I don't know if they're doing that, but if they aren't, then that's what they need to do.
Got you. As far as I'm concerned, analyzing their marketing campaign, I really like their marketing strategy. I think their marketing strategy is about as good as it can get, or based on like conventional logic. Like conventionally, the route that they went towards building their business is what you would think. You would say, okay, I want to build a business, and I need to market it. What do I need to do in order to market it? I feel like that's exactly what they did in order to market it, and it's worked tremendously. 1 million followers on Instagram, 300,000 likes on Facebook. That's nothing to sneeze at by any means.
Exactly. I mean, that's a wonderful thing. Like it's hard to get 1 million followers on social media. So for them to do that, that says a lot.
Absolutely.
And I give them credit for that. 3.5 isn't bad. isn't like, it's not bad. It's just that, things can always be, for me, things can always be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Things can always be perfected, can get better,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And when it comes to marketing, a key part of it is knowing your audience, knowing where your audience is. I think We Buy Black is very, very familiar with the fact that a lot of their audience is on social media, along with everybody else. But a lot of their audience is on social media, but a lot of their audience isn't just on social media. And I like what you said as far as them being able to diversify their marketing strategy and kind of expand out, or even change up the type of marketing that they're doing on social media. So I would even like to see them run ads on social media, because you can do that. I think that would be pretty dope to see them do that. I think that they could even do, in order to inspire more the people that do create the products. what do you call them?
The sellers basically that are on the site.
Retailers. I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. There we go. In order to inspire more retailers to come to the forefront, I feel like they could do some advertising that way, because the more products that you sell, the more clientele that you're opening up yourself to. So I would like to see them kind of do some advertising to reach out to more, to bring in more retailers, and also do different forms of advertising via their social media, little things to kind of break open different demographics. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see them be a little more creative in that aspect. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can do an example. Um, they're like a marketplace, so they don't really have like they're not necessarily the creator of any of these products, but maybe they could find a product that they could invest in, like maybe a product that they could um, maybe own shares in or buy shares in, and then put some marketing dollars behind making that product the face um, of the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Um, can you when Amazon was starting out, can you think of what Amazon did in order to kind of jump off? Can you like recall that whole era going down?
Well, the thing about Amazon is they initially started off as like a book company. Like they would sell books and
Mm.
rent books and stuff like that. Eventually they started selling other products. Well, they would send like questions to their sellers, well, to their customers and stuff. Hey, you like our site? What do you recommend? And a lot of people kept saying, well, it would be nice if you sold these products, if you sold this, if you sold that. Then eventually they started to just expand, because that's what all of the customers, they would ask them the questions, and that's what the customers wanted. So that's how they started selling other stuff.
Got you, got you. Okay.
But I feel like Amazon's biggest form of advertising is pretty much word of mouth, at this point, 'cause, I mean, they're a huge company now.
Yeah.
They're pretty much known as the everything store. Like, you can buy anything, almost anything from Amazon.
Well, and see that's the thing. They don't want to be Amazon, because the thing is
Yeah,
like you're never going to be able to be someone else. You can only be yourself.
yeah.
So I really look for We Buy Black to establish an identity uh, as a, what would you call them? As a marketplace. There we go.
Hmm.
Um, Somewhere where people want to go, and I look for Amazon to. I mean, not Amazon. I'm sorry. I look for We Buy Black to build a cult. That's what I
Yeah.
want. I want people um, to go to We Buy Black for everything. You know, I want I want We Buy Black to be like a Starbucks kind of ritualistic kind of thing that people shop at. You know what I mean? Even when they don't need shit and they just want to shop.
Well, well, I mean, since they're a marketplace, I mean, they can be like Amazon. I think that the one of their core focuses is, it's to encourage people to support Black-owned businesses. So it's a marketplace where, Black-owned businesses can sell their products. Um, in a I feel like in a perfect world where Black people are all on the same page, we wouldn't have to go to like eBay or Amazon or any of those other marketplaces. We should always look to buy, to support our own first before we go out and buy from someone else. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I would like We Buy Black to do? I would like We Buy Black to form its own social media. I would like them to have um, their own congregation space. You know what I'm saying? Like Facebook-esque, where people can go there on their website and they can create pages and chat. That's a huge investment, but I feel like that would be the next step in building that cult following that I would want to see them be at. You know what I'm saying? Because
that'd take a lot of money, though.
it would take a lot of money. It would take a lot of money, but I like that direction for them. I think that'd be a good little thing for them to explore. You know, so anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm getting too sucked into the possibilities and everything like that. So let's go ahead and move on. We didn't talked about the marketing, but overall the marketing. Let me get my score first. Overall, the marketing, I like the overall direction that they went as far as the marketing is concerned. They're at 1 million Instagram, 300,000 Facebook. Honestly, if they keep going at this rate, another 2-3 years from now, they'll probably be double what they are now, which is great. I'd like to see it grow faster, but honestly, I'm okay with the idea of it just growing. But I would also like to see them try some other avenues. I don't want them to be complacent or stay in a place for too long, you know what I mean, and just be content with that. But overall, I give them a score of, I give them a 4 as far as their marketing. I like the direction that it's in. I think they took the right steps to get to where they are, because really what they're selling, really their original product was very hard to sell, especially when you're promoting it kind of like an Amazon kind of thing, and you're going up directly against Amazon, you know? Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
And like I said, I like their marketing strategy. And I feel like their core customer is, is a person that's looking to buy black owned, buy from black owned businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So it will attract people, because as more and more black people start to become aware and start to feel better about their identity and stuff, they'll start looking for black businesses online and stuff, and then boom, that's what We Buy Black. That's when their ad pops up, like, boom, okay, let me click this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. So the next part of this whole thing, we're going to talk about the user friendliness of the website. How easy was it? How easy user friendliness? How easy was it to maneuver through the website to get the job done? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Well, you can review a P, and then afterwards give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 5.
Okay, as far as usability, I would give it a I would say a 4.5, or even close to a 5. It's pretty. The site is pretty straightforward. As soon as you click the site, you see the search bar right there. What do you want to find? You can type in what are you looking for. It's I think it's user friendly. I don't see no difference. I don't see no problem searching on it. No different from any other online marketplace. Everything is easy to find. They break it down by different categories. Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna ride with you on this one. I think that the website was also very user friendly. I do give it a 5 out of 5. I think actually I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I found a few little things confusing when I was getting to the checkout part. Um, and you know, when I was adding things in the cart, and then it when I was looking for certain things, you know what I mean.
Mm.
But I later to discover that, you know, the things that I was looking for wasn't. I guess it was no longer a part of it. Um, but I feel like if you if you had a product on your site and you take it off, then you should still have the product on your site, but it should be something under it that says taken off or no
Or
longer,
it can say, yeah, no longer available.
yeah, no longer available or no longer sold here or whatever the case is. But I spent
Yeah.
a good part. If you go to that first impressions video, I spent a good part of that video looking for a particular item, and I'll tell y'all what it was. It was a Coral Oral toothbrush that I was looking for. A black-owned toothbrush manufacturer. I was looking for that. Um, and I spent probably like a good 10, 15 minutes looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And then it, what happened was is as I kept searching for it, this other toothbrush kept popping up on there. And I was like, well, here's this other one, but I don't want this one, which was the bamboo one that I ended up getting, which we're also going to review later on too. Not later on today, but you get what I'm trying to say, another time. Um, but that
Maybe they were out of stock of it or something, because I see it there now. They have it there now.
But see, if you're out of stock, put out of
Yeah.
stock. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but it wasn't there. Not only that, but in their black bag, you know, as one of the products, it's listed. The Coral oral toothbrush is one of the products that's listed that you can see it in the black bag. But
Mm.
when you search for it individually, you couldn't find it. So if you see it on the website now, that's funny. Because I literally spent a good 10, 15 minutes looking for that Coral oral toothbrush and couldn't find it. So you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, the website was pretty straightforward. I was able to um, get what I needed to get, check out, you know what I mean, and go on about the rest of my life. So 4.5. Anything that you see you could do that would improve it in any way as far as the usability of the website?
No, it's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean, I'm sure there are ways that you can improve it, but as far as for me, it seems to be good.
Okay.
You know,
Cool. All right. So
what's the saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah,
So I think it's all right. I think it's good now.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. And now that we're talking about that, as far as the website is concerned, is there anything that you feel that you could do to improve the website currently?
Um, well, I mean, the website is, like I said, the website is pretty nice. And one thing that I also noticed about the site is that it's mobile enabled. So you don't get the desktop version of the site if you open it up on your smartphone or tablet, you get the mobile website. So that helps in it being user friendly. Yeah, I think for right now, I think it's pretty nice. I mean, perhaps yeah, like you said, they could make some improvements about, if there's something that's out of stock or no longer sold there, they could have some type of placeholder where the item was, with something saying we no longer have this product or it's out of stock. But other than that, I think it's good.
I'd like to see them add some sort of social function to the website. That would be um, my thing. I'd like to see them do.
You mean like a message board or something?
Yeah, like some sort of like Reddit thing. You know what I'm saying? Something where people can go on there and chop it up you know what I'm saying, and congregate and meet and shoot, shoot the shit. Because people, I feel like at this point, people are We Buy Black has already developed a pretty large. By no means does most of the community know about We Buy Black, but I feel like they've already congregated a good enough amount of the people to where they could do something like that and it'd be powerful, because you could kind of um, certain conversations can be had, because we know everybody in that message board for the most part, and you're gonna have trolls and people like that that's gonna pull up, of course, but everybody in those message boards is gonna be buying black, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, because that's what you do. We buy black. That's the site. That's what the message board would be about. So I like the idea of having something where, you know, people can kind of get together and kind of chop it up on that type of level. There, you know what I'm saying?
They have, yeah, yeah. What I noticed that what they do have on the site, like all the way on the bottom, is they have a section where it says events, where I guess you can click it, and I see they have all these different type of actual events, like physical events that you can go to. I think that's pretty nice, and I see one coming up in Atlanta.
Okay.
So it seems like they, yeah, all these different type events, a race, a run for the culture, all these different summits. So yeah, I guess they do a lot of networking, like face-to-face networking. But I guess what you want something online, like a message board or something where people can just talk.
Yeah. Event board is great. I mean, yeah, we need that too. Absolutely. That's big. I like that they got that. You know what I'm saying? But something on a smaller, less personable scale would be good too. You know, something where people could just, you could even probably plug in certain conversations and things like that could be had. And I know that could be a project, because you probably got to get mods in there. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get, I know, but I feel like that would be the next stage in kind of turning this into like um, like a religion, because I feel like this should be a religion. You know what I'm saying? Buying black. Whether it's from We Buy Black, or whether it's from another black-owned business, whatever the case is, buying black should be a religion. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I just like the idea of something something a little less intimidating as an actual event, for people that like to be keyboard cowboys, not necessarily a cowboy, but, people that just prefer to just kind of chop it up on a lighter level about, certain things and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So, I mean, those were the improvements. Now, on for the part that P wouldn't know nothing about. He wouldn't know nothing about this part. The shipping.
What are you talking about? What shipping?
The shipping.
Yeah.
Statistics. Well, P, you can speak on, like what your impressions are of their.
Well, I'll give my response based on your experience on dealing with it.
My experience. Okay, so let me speak on my experience first, and then you can kind of give, you can kind of give your thoughts on it. So after I ordered my stuff, I got my stuff systematically. One day I got one thing. A few days later, I got another thing, because I ordered maybe like 5 or 6 things. A few days later, I got another thing. A few days later, I got another thing. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a week later, I got the last thing. It was one thing. I think it was a toothbrush that I got like 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I still don't think like that's not crazy to me. Now the thing about it is, here's the thing. Let's. I'm not an online shopper. Like that's never been my like style. Going online and buying shit. If I need something, I'm the one that's getting in the car and going to the store to go get it. I'm never buying anything online. So just to put things in perspective for you. So I don't have any real expectations other than the fact that all right, at some point my shit is supposed to be getting to me. So what was a little crazy for me was getting one thing and then getting another thing and getting another thing and not getting everything at the same time. Now I get it because the thing about it is, even with these other companies like Amazon, the the products come from different manufacturers. So they send it when they send it, and their timeline is different. I'm sure that We Buy Black and Amazon give these dudes timelines or deadlines on when to send out the products. But depending on the type of shipping they choose or wherever they located, it could take X amount of time. I didn't understand that at first. I was a little like thrown off by it. And then also the shipping costs were very, very, very expensive. Um, Now, the thing about this is, I'm always going to support my people all day. But I'm not trying to be broke in the process. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked at that receipt and I saw the shipping charges were almost as much as the products that I bought.
You were like, hold up.
That's when shit got kind of real for me. And then now in retrospect, I did learn that on We Buy Black, they offer a product called the Big Black Bag. Okay. The Big Black Bag is where they have a bunch of their stuff that they sell on their site. They put it into a bag and you pay for the bag and they just send it to you. You just get a one-stop shop of all the stuff that they offer on the site. Boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? No shipping. I don't think they charge you shipping on that. You know what I'm saying? And you get it all at one time. Boom. That would have been perfect for me. I didn't do that. I ended up buying everything individually. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I'm at fault because I didn't do enough research, you know what I'm saying, in figuring that whole situation out. So it was kind of me that fucked up. But at the same time, if you're We Buy Black, you cannot allow your shipping charges to go over a certain amount. At some point, I feel like you should comp that. Like that should cap out at a certain amount. I think my shipping charges were like $30 actually, which is like $30, and all the products were domestic. You know what I'm saying? Everything was from, I think one thing was from like New Orleans, another one was from like, everything was domestic. So it don't cost $10 to ship a toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know, so that was my experience. That was my experience with the whole thing, Pete. There you go. Go ahead and what are your thoughts on all that I just dropped on you?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, we have to chalk it as growing pains. Their shipping methods is somewhat similar to eBay, how you have individual sellers handling the shipping of products. But to be honest with you, I think what probably needs to be done is that, because a lot of the businesses, they're small businesses, so they might not have the money, but hopefully if they do get a decent amount of sales and stuff, they may want to think about sending their products to a fulfillment center. At least if they sent it to a fulfillment center, then the shipping cost would definitely come down, and the speed in which the items are delivered would increase. As far as marketplaces go, that's competition. Similar to, their biggest competitor, I would have to say, is Amazon. But what Amazon invests most of their money in, it's not advertisement that they invest their money in. It's fulfillment. So their focus is getting the product to the customer as fast as possible and as cheap as possible. So they invest heavily in fulfillment centers. They even offer grants to individuals. If you want to start up a delivery company, they will give you a grant so that you can buy vehicles to deliver their products. So their main focus is getting the stuff out to people. One thing that they do to help bring down their expenses for their products is that they charge a membership fee. You can shop on Amazon for free, but they have Prime membership.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Prime membership, that helps them bring down the cost of everything else. And I think maybe that's something that We Buy Black, maybe that's something that they need to do. Maybe they need to have I didn't see it on their website, but maybe they need to have you can sign up for a membership, say for instance, like $13 a month or something, and you can get a discounted shipping rate. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right about that, man. Hold on one second, P. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Sorry about the delay.
It's all right.
But yeah, multiple fulfillment centers, in order to mitigate the costs of shipping.
Well, even on the even if the company itself doesn't want to invest in that, the sellers should at least think about that so that they can get their products to people as fast as possible, and to help bring down the cost of shipping. Because with the fulfillment center, all you're really doing is you're sending a certain quantity to the warehouse, and they'll store it for you. And once you get a sale, they'll package the item and they'll ship it off for you. So you don't even have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, okay, let me get the product, let me put it in the packaging. Now I gotta go to the delivery. I gotta go to UPS or FedEx or whatever postal service. I gotta wait in line and I drop it off. It just makes it easier on the seller.
Yeah. Well, we need some of our people to scale their businesses up. That's part of the reason why we're here. We want our Black businesses to start scaling up rather than getting into little comfortable spots and just kind of staying where we're at. You know what I mean? Because we're making a few dollars here and there. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, you know, um, that's just what it was as far as shipping is concerned. I'm gonna go ahead and well, let me ask you this: based on what I said, how would you rate? How would you rate the shipping and logistics currently? You've already,
Out of five. Out of five.
yeah, out of 5.
Well, on the site, before you purchased the product, did they give you an estimated time as when the product would be delivered?
It did.
And did it come in within that time?
It did.
When you purchased the product, did you get a tracking number?
I got different tracking numbers for different.
Yeah, because it's in individual sellers. Um, I mean, that's about average. You know, that's industry average. Considering that they're leaving it up to individual sellers to ship the stuff off. Um, yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. I'm not.
But definitely, you know, the downside of that, you know, is you incurring shipping charges for each product. That gets expensive. That gets very expensive, and it is a problem because, you know, not every, you know, it's not a good idea for every single a business to open a brick and mortar store. You know, sometimes it just don't make no sense. You know, the expenses in having a physical store versus having an online marketplace. You know, having something on an online marketplace. So with that being said, you know, they're trying to connect Black people and get them to buy products from them. If you want to get people to buy products from you, like you want to buy deodorant, you want to buy toothbrush, you want to buy, you know, face wash, mouthwash, just the basic toiletries and stuff like that, right? So what's stopping you from going to Walgreens or CVS and just walking in and getting the product versus you going to that market, going online to buy from WeBuyBlack.com?
Yeah,
So basically, if you want, you know, what makes you go on WeBuyBlack.com is because you want to support Black owned businesses, right? So that's that's one reason why that gets you to go to that site. But I mean, like you said, you know, hey, I got checkings, I got savings. You know, the Kevin Hart thing, you know, eventually it gets too expensive, and it'll be hard for you to support the business in the long run. So what they need to do is work on bringing the cost down and getting it to people, similar to what Amazon does. They work to reduce the shipping costs to get the product out to people as soon as possible. You know, I think, me personally, I think digital is the way to go. You know, yeah, it takes some time. Like, you have to do things in advance. You know, if you know that you're gonna be running low on deodorant, don't wait till the day that, you know, you ran out to go order more. You know, order like a week in advance, or order, you know, maybe 2 or 3, so that you won't run out. And when you see that you're getting low, you know, you order some more before you run out. You know, but ultimately they need to work on bringing the cost of shipping down.
absolutely. That definitely should always be at the forefront of their um, expansion or advancement possibilities. And the thing about it too is, in what they can also do is, if shipping is indeed that much of an issue, then it at least make a part of the contributions go toward a particular cause, like maybe a grant towards an aspiring entrepreneur, or you know what I'm saying, a black entrepreneur, or or a charitable donation towards something, or even a loan or something like that, where you know people know that they're not only are they purchasing products, but they're also supporting something else in addition to purchasing products. So like, first of all, when you purchase from WeBuyBlack.com, you're purchasing from a source that you know is black owned, so you know you're supporting the community, which is great. Everybody should be all for that. But if I can support the community, and in addition to that, I can give back to another worthy cause, whether that be um, 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 getting somebody a grant, or getting somebody a loan in order to start their business, or paying for a college semester for somebody or something like that. If I know I'm overpaying a little bit and what I'm overpaying for is going towards that, then it probably wouldn't hurt as bad. You know what I'm saying? But those shipping charges were a beast. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even if that's not something they can work on right away, maybe they can at least do something where they can give back, or announce some sort of give back program from those shipping costs to go towards some causes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure how their scale works. I'm not sure if the sellers get 100% of the shipping charges, or if they get a part of that. I don't know exactly how that goes. I think with Amazon, when you sell through Amazon, Amazon takes a part of whatever they charge to consumers for shipping, and they do the rest. I don't know if that's what they do, but that would at least be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. That'd be a little more digestible. You know what I'm saying? Um, Nevertheless, it is what it is right now, but that should definitely be something that needs to be worked on in the immediate future, because some shipping charges were a beast. You know what I'm saying? But next time I know, though, when I do order, you know, if I need to order something, I'm gonna get the We Buy Black. I mean, the big black bag. Because big black bag, now there was no shipping charges on it, like that, but everything comes all at once, and you're good.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, maybe perhaps they should. Well, I assume that they charge sellers to sell on WeBuyBlack.com. I think they charge them like 10%. Perhaps they might need to increase that. Uh, maybe like 99 cents per item or something, or
Mm.
depending on what the item is. So that way that they could use that some of that money to invest in some type of fulfillment center.
Mm. That does make sense. You know, the goal should always be um, to to expand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and maybe that's on their timeline. Maybe that's something that they are trying to do. Like I said, it could be growing pains. You
Mm.
have to start from somewhere. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, we've gone through all these topics, but we're about to wrap it up. So before we give our final assessments and reviews on WeBuyBlack.com, we're just gonna talk about some of the things that we liked and didn't like about the business, whatever in general. You know what I'm saying? P, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start that out.
Well, I mean, I like the business. I like what they stand for. Um, I like that they made to me, I feel like it's a user friendly site. Um, there can always be some improvement, but I'm satisfied with how it looks, with the overall appearance and everything right now. Um, the only issue that I would have is shipping costs, you know. And I think, it's not just shipping is not just the issue for them. That's any online seller, I'm sure if you have a business and you have it online and you look at the analytics, you'll see a lot of people, they'll put stuff in the cart and they'll just sit in the cart. It'll just sit there because they look at that cost, they're like, whoa. They think about it, they're like, I don't know. Let me
Almost.
just let it sit there until I get an email saying, hey, we give you 20% off or something.
For sure, for sure.
Or let me just wait till it go on some type of sale, because it's usually the shipping costs would stop somebody from buying anything online for the most part. So ultimately, I feel like that's what they need to work on. But I would recommend, using WeBuyBlack.com.
Sure, sure. Um, all right. For me, things that I liked, didn't like. Um, I like the newsletter that they have. The newsletter that they put out. I think they do a newsletter every month or so. I like that they do that, and every once in a while, I get an email. You know what I'm saying? Letting me know, hey, I know you was thinking about going to Publix and Winn-Dixie and Kroger, but fuck them niggas, we here. I like that. I like that every once in a while I get a notification letting me know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, which is buying from supporting my own people. And sometimes we forget. We get caught up in life and doing this and running here and running there, and we forget very important things that we need to be practicing on a regular basis. So, I like that. I like that is the newsletter. I like that. I like the owner of the company, Sharif Abdul Rahim. I like him. If you ever seen a dude or you on social media, the dude's a real charismatic and he's real passionate about what he does, and he seems to have a love for the people that you just can't fake. You know what I'm saying? So I like the dude's drive. I like his mission. You know what I'm saying? I like everything that he's trying to do to support the people. You know what I'm saying? I like the dude. You know what I mean? Um, what else? I like their social media. I like how they're, how on their social media they post about a lot of black businesses or black business owners, even if they're not affiliated with We Buy Black. Just little things that may have happened. You know what I'm saying, in the community about emerging black businesses or whatever doing well. They'll post it on their social media and just giving those people stuff like that. I repost a lot of their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, Getting it from there, just a lot of positivity that comes from their social media. I like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as things I don't like, very, very, very small list. But I can tell you one thing I definitely don't like: them shipping costs. You know what I'm saying? Costs are a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the shipping cost was almost as expensive as what I was buying. It was probably like I think what I bought was maybe like $40, and I think my shipping cost was like $30. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like it was real, 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 real sketchy, that whole situation. I feel like they need to try to put some sort of cap on that. I understand it was me fucking up, but you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't allow nobody to go on your site and buy stuff and that cart look like that. So I feel like they need to like probably look into that. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I mean, very impressed with the business as a whole. So nothing but strong and strong love for it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Actually, we got one more question, and then we'll give our final thoughts, or we'll give our final reviews on it. Um, how likely are you to recommend this to a friend? Recommend this business?
Well, it's a black-owned business, so um, I'm going to recommend it. Regardless. Um, if anybody's buying something, I'm going to say, hey, you should at least check this site. You know, put it in your list of sites to check to buy from. So, what about you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely recommending it all day, every day. No reason not to. But let's be clear, just because it's a black-owned business don't mean that I'm going to recommend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will not be
Yeah,
recommending no bullshit ass businesses to nobody, because all
yeah,
that's going to do is make me look bad.
yeah. I'll recommend it as long as the quality of the products and their mission statement remains the same. The purpose of the marketplace, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. The way that this business conducts itself, ultra professional. I got all my stuff. I didn't have to call anyone. I didn't have to email nobody. I didn't have to nothing. You know what I mean? I got all my stuff. Everything was just as advertised. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't order a thing of toothpaste. It wasn't some shit like this. Everything was just as it was supposed to be, and I would recommend it to anybody to any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, P, or you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Perfect. So now here we are at the end of the video, or the end of the review. It's judgment time right here, P. It's judgment time. Because at this point, we're gonna give a review. We're gonna give a scored review on this business from 1 to 5. Okay.
Uh, I would say, well, like I said before, 3.5 isn't bad based on what I rate businesses, you know. So I'll stand by that 3.5.
Okay, hold on, P, real quick before you get your score. You already gave 3.5. That was your score?
Yeah, yeah.
Real quick. So we're gonna give 2 reviews. The first review, or the first score, I'm sorry, 2 scores. The first score is gonna be a score as a black business, a black-owned business. The second score is gonna be the score compared to other businesses, other types of businesses.
Okay. All right. Okay, so out of 5.
Out of 5.
Okay, so the
As a,
first one, and
yeah.
as a black-owned business, and I would have to give it a 5. As far as their, you know, the way that they implemented it, I think it's it being an online marketplace. The design of the website and everything looks professional. So I would give it well, I'll get a 4.5, a 4.5, 4.5. A five would mean it is absolutely perfect and there's nothing that's wrong with it or anything. So I give it a 4.5. Rating it towards on the other one now, you're saying as a business comparing it to other businesses. Well, I would have to say a 3 if we're looking at who are their competition. It's an online marketplace. Like there's hundreds of stores.
The big boys. We're putting them up against the big boys. So
Yeah,
eBay.
I would have to say a 3.
Now, why would you
I
say
would
that?
have to. Why would I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Because don't get me wrong, the website is polished and it's just as good as like going on eBay, but shipping, ultimately shipping. If we're looking at Amazon, Amazon gets products out much quicker because I mean that's what they focus on is getting products to people. eBay offers free shipping on a large percentage of stuff. Um, the cost of the products, you know, on I'm assuming. Well, these are mostly custom, pretty much like almost custom products because I mean this black-owned businesses. They're not really like mass produced, but the cost of some of the products are, types of products. They tend to be cheaper on like on on an eBay or so. I can say that one thing that you reviewed, it was the laundry detergent, right?
One thing that I reviewed.
Yeah, one thing that you purchased was the laundry detergent, right?
Yeah.
I did. No, I did find it at a more acceptable price on the laundry detergent's website themselves. So, that's why I'll probably have to say I would say 3.
Great. Okay. All right. Um, as a black owned business, um, working with limited resources, um, and systematic white supremacy, definitely a 5 out of 5 on that level. This company came it to me. If somebody came to me with this as an idea, I would of course say, "Hey, that's a great idea." But in my mind, I'd be like, "Man, that's gonna be a hard
Thing to do, yeah.
thing to try to pull off." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just salute them for doing what they've done. You know what I'm saying? Like getting to this point that they've gotten, because I'm like, I'm sure I can't even imagine the amount of work that was put into making this thing pop off the way it's popped off. And it came from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? So, salute to them, you know what I'm saying? And what they've done. So 5 out of 5, you know what I'm saying, as far as a black owned business is concerned. Now, if I'm comparing it to the big boys, of course, it's going to be limited compared to the big boys. But I feel like it can work itself there. It can get there. It doesn't even have to be that way.
Yeah.
It can turn into something else, and it could be better. You know what I'm saying? So, possibility, also remains as well. But at this particular stage in its development, it's just not there where it can compete with those big boys at that level. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anyone in their right mind expected to at this particular point.
Well, to tell you the truth, ultimately, it's unfortunate, but like if we're talking reality, they're going as far as attracting more customers. I don't think that they'll ever be at the level I don't think they'll ever be at the level like say the eBay or Amazon. Only reason I say that is because of just the name of the name of the company itself, We Buy Black. There's just people that have an issue with that name, just how it is.
Yeah.
Say, for example, Black Lives Matter. We're not saying nobody else matters. We're just putting a focus on, hey, we have these specific things that are happening to us, and we're saying that, we matter too. But you have people that they just see the name and they're like, they already don't want to do nothing for it. So that goes back to their base customer is the person that understands We Buy Black. The purpose of the company is because you're trying to encourage people to support Black owned businesses. And it's just unfortunate, but what reality is that when you have a Black owned business, when you have a Black face to a business, it's unfortunate that you're not always able to do the same as like a white owned business.
Mm-hmm.
Because people just hate. That's why you have a lot of businesses that are Black owned, but you might not see a Black face to the business. Because once people find out, they'll be like, "Whoa, I ain't shopping there no more."
True, very true.
Similar to what Master P was talking about, because Master P has a ramen noodle company.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Man, Black people eat so much ramen noodles and stuff." And I was thinking, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna eat ramen noodles, you might as well just buy from a Black-owned business. But as soon as he put the ramen noodles out, people started hitting him with how much is the salt content in there. They finding little things to nitpick at. It is like, dang, you didn't do that to the other companies. You see it's for $1 for a pack of 5, you just buy it. But now you see that I'm associated with it. Now you want to you want to be healthy all of a sudden.
Yeah, yeah.
So some things is just, it is what it is. But as a company, they can still grow in the long run.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. There's definitely room for growth, but I'm excited about this stage in their development. Because they've reached a point where um they could really like make some boss moves. Depending on how ambitious they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and even if they decided to just continue along this path that they're going, in about 5 years from now, I see them being, um, you know, very, very well off, very, very well off with this endeavor that they started, which I'm sure was a task to start. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah,
over.
well, most definitely, every year more and more Black people, they become more aware of what's
You cut out.
politics and stuff like that. But
Okay.
I don't think too much is going to change with the administration that we have. So more and more Black people will continue to become more aware, and they'll want to support Black-owned businesses. So there's going to be room for growth as long as they keep doing what We Buy Black. As long as they continue to do what they do.
Sure, for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, let me get my final score. My final score with as far as comparable other businesses, I'm gonna rock with P. Give them a 3 out of 5. They can compete at the most basic level, but they're outmuscled in the areas that counts when it comes to shipping and inventory and just the amount of product that they have to sell. But they need, as they continue to grow, as they continue to expand, I'm sure they're going to be able to close that gap. That's what I see for them. That's what I want for them in their future. You know what I mean? And that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But that pretty much wraps up our review. Um, hey, wait, before I go there. Again, if you are a Black business and you'd like your business to be reviewed by me and P, go ahead and email me at kingdavid545@gmail.com. Also, you could just reply to me in the comment section. I'll come find you. Or, I'm sorry, not no or. Also, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. We got a lot of dope reviews we're going to be doing soon. We got a show that we're going to be pushing out or whatever that we're going to be talking about some stuff. Should be very interesting if you're the type of person that likes good conversation and likes to be enlightened on certain things. But yeah, those are the few announcements we have for now. Now we're gonna close it out. P, anything you want to say to go ahead and let the people know before we head out? You want to say bye to the people, anything, whatever?
That's it, and just be on the lookout for other things that we have coming.
Yes, sir. Be on the lookout for everything else we got coming out, man, and we will holler at y'all later. Peace, and blessings.
Peace.